I'm Max Beyer, and I'm with team 17126 Natural Selection. And right now, I'm going to talk a bit about our scoring theory and our strategy when it comes to scoring, specifically for the remote matches. So we did a pretty in-depth look at scoring in this game to try and maximize the number of points that we were able to get in each game for the remote matches. So we based the following assumptions on the fact that it would take an average of 4.5 seconds to collect and then shoot a single ring, which would mean that in an optimal game, there'd be about a realistic breakdown of the robot scoring a consistent 368 points for each match if everything works properly. I'll go into a bit more detail about how that we would achieve that. So in the three phases of the game, autonomous, teleop, and endgame, you score a different amount of points. So autonomous would start off with 113 points, which would be in the maximum amount, which would be 30 points for moving the two wobble goals, 15 each, 5 points for parking over the line, 0, 12, or 48 points from the 0, 1, or 4 rings that are preset on the field's rings, and then shooting those into the high goal, and then 45 points for knocking the 3 power shots with the 3 starting preloaded rings. Then in teleop, we'd be looking at 120 points, again assuming 4.5 seconds to pick up and shoot each ring at 6 points for each high goal. If we account for human error with a few misses, we're looking at around 18 to 20 goals, which accounts for 108 to 120 points. And then finally, for endgame, we were assuming we could score about 135 points, taking into account the 3 power shots at 15 points each, adding up to 45 points, the 2 wobble goals at 20 points each for 40 points, and the 10 rings stacked, which would add up to 50 points, leaving us with an optimal total of 368.